Welcome back to CityLine. Having a good time in this final segment. Tacoma Concert Band. If you don't know about Tacoma Concert Band, well, you need to get hip to Tacoma Concert Band because they are amazing. They have crawled inside of my heart and never left. So please join me in welcoming Lisa Cepeda. You are the marketing and social media principal, and you are also a heck of a percussionist in Tacoma Concert Band. Welcome back, my dear.
Yes, thank you. It's great to be back again.
You do amazing social media. I say this every single time, but I got to tell you, when I click over to Instagram, you are like one of my favorites.
Oh.
And so I love the cartoons. And then I just love what you do on your own page. You are hysterical. You have brought Tacoma Concert Band to this very comical, hip, relevant, cool level by just what you have put on social media. So no pressure.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
Because if ticket sales don't happen, we're going to look at you. No, okay. Mr. Morris Northcutt, you are the board president, Big Shoulders, and you are also the principal trumpet artist, I'm going to call you, for Tacoma Concert Band. Welcome back.
Thank you for having us.
Great to have you guys in the house. All we're missing is Gerard, and he's supposedly traveling someplace.
He's traveling the world. He's busy.
I'm telling you. Lisa, let's talk about Tie the Knot is the theme. Tell us about some of the music we're going to hear.
Sure. So Gerard really wanted to illustrate the tie between the Tacoma Concert Band and the community of Tacoma.
Yeah.
So, Morris and I were talking earlier about what a great job he has done in the music he programmed because it illustrates bonds and the celebration of bonds. And so a lot of the music is going to be revolving around like tying the knot with marriages. We have Sound the Bells, which is by John Williams, and it's actually celebrating the royal wedding of a couple in Japan. I apologize for not knowing the name of that.
That's all right.
That couple. We're also doing the Elsa's Procession, which is from Lohengrin, the opera, and that's the procession to the actual wedding, the chapel. We're doing. Morris, you can jump in here anytime and help me.
Sure. But it's basically all about love and the pomp and circumstance that goes around celebrating 40 years in the community.
Wow, 40 years. So how does that happen for a volunteer group with over 60 members, Lisa?
Sure. It's just having a passionate group of members that not just do we want to perform music in a very high standard. We absolutely want to work and do functions that we have to do as a volunteer basis, and so many people in this group are just working in so many different capacities to make sure things happen that typically organizations would be paying other people to do.
Right.
And so I think it really gives us more of a personal investment.
Yes.
So again, not just the music, but just like this absolute pride and love of the organization to get these things accomplished.
That's a great picture right there.
Yeah.
Let's talk about how long have you been in Tacoma Concert Band, and then what was your first experience, and what are some of your highlights?
Yeah. Well, let me reverse that.
Yeah.
My first experience was probably in my early 20s, and I'm not going to date myself here and tell anybody.
That was, what, a year ago? Yeah.
Sure. I'll take that. So I went to the Pantages, and I'd heard about the Tacoma Concert Band, this fantastic reputation. I went to it and was just blown away, by the musicianship, the quality of the musicians, the audience size. And I just didn't know that something like this on a community basis could exist in a volunteer basis. I probably didn't even understand back then that it was a volunteer, just going there and thinking, what an amazing ensemble. And then fast forward many years, the group was going on their first international trip, which was to the French Riviera. And fortunately, they were short percussion, and I was asked, to play in that group. So that was, I think, 2007 is when I joined.
Wow.
So it was absolutely intimidating for me to walk into that door, and to play with this group. And I remember the very first thing that we played, that particular concert, the rehearsal I was at was, I was going to say the the theme from the Cowboys. It was actually the theme from the Cowboys.
Okay.
And just hearing that, you know, and being within the group and everything just blew my mind away. And everyone was so friendly. You know, I think people could just sense that I was intimidated, and they immediately, you know, the percussion section was like, "Oh, welcome Lisa. She's going to go to France, and we're so happy to have her." And, you know, pointing me to, you know, here, there are the bathrooms. Here's this, here's that. Oh, let me introduce
Family.
you this person. Yeah, and so I just fell in love with them and was just, you know, so excited to be in there after that. So
Well said. What about you? Same question. How long have you been with this organization?
Well, I've been with the organization for about 30 years, pretty close.
Wow.
Yeah, so I've been in the band for a long time, as principal since '96. And, you know, it is a family. As a matter of fact, I met my wife in the ensemble and have some great kids. As a matter of fact, our 2 children were at the rehearsal last night, hanging out. And so it really is a family.
I love that.
And that's what is driving our volunteers.
I love that. So when you think about this year, what does the audience have to look forward to?
Well, there's a lot of programming things that are wonderful to look forward to. We're celebrating the 40 years. We're also celebrating the beauty of the Pantages Theatre in the remodel in
yes.
Angels in the Architecture. We're also going to be celebrating our student soloist competition winner from 2019 at this first concert on October 12th. Also, the final concert of the year, we're featuring a local celebrity alto saxophonist, jazz saxophonist, Tracy Knope. And he is an amazing, talented jazz player. And so we'll be featuring him. And then stepping back, the concert before that is our Sousa concert, which is
yes.
one of our most popular concerts that we do. And we do that performance every other year, and we'll be playing all the music from that Sousa, mostly from the Sousa library. And it's a great concert.
I love how you mix different styles. I would have never expected to hear jazz put in with Tacoma Concert Band. So where do you see this organization going in the next 40 years?
Well, at least for right now, our plan is to expand our educational outreach programs.
Okay.
So we're looking at some expanding the side-by-side programs that we offer, which is having kids come into our rehearsals and perform a concert with us. We select, anywhere from a dozen to maybe 18 students. Also, our student solo competition.
Yes.
Also, we are launching a new Tacoma Concert Band Robert Musser Conducting Fellowship Program, and that will open applications to accept applications starting in January, where we'll select one talented young conductor in the Northwest, and they'll be mentored by Gerard for 1 year. And also the band members themselves are sort of going to be mentoring this person. We'll provide a small, a fairly reasonable monetary gift
Fabulous.
for materials and
I
whatnot.
love that. So Tacoma Concert Band, one of the things I love about it is it's engaging. I just noticed your socks. Those are amazing socks, by the way. Are those clouds?
I'm not telling you.
Okay.
No,
I
they're
have to look.
flowers.
They're flowers. They're fab. Oh, we got them.
Gray flowers.
Way to go, Cheryl. Cheryl got you on sock cam. One of the things I love when I'm speaking about that is the surprises that always seem to show up in the concerts. Last concert, Darth Vader walked on the stage, and there was a stormtrooper. So am I going to see any armadillos walk across the stage?
I will tell you, I'm giving all the credit to Lisa, who set that up. And but if we had something up our sleeves, we aren't going to tell you.
You're not going to tell me.
No,
You're
you have
absolutely
to come
not.
to our concerts.
So we mentioned Angels in the Architecture. We mentioned Sousa, and then let's talk about Blast Off in this last few minutes. That's the last one.
Yes, and Blast Off is taking us to the next 40 years.
I love that. I love that. So what soloists, you mentioned the jazz in the end, the jazz trumpeter, I believe.
We have our student solo competition winner.
Good.
And then in the Sousa concert, we'll be featuring a few of our very own members of the band, very much similar to the way John Philip Sousa would have his musicians come out and solo.
I love that. Lisa, what are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to continuing to celebrate the band, the family, and I think the challenge is with how people are so busy nowadays,
Mm-hmm.
and how do we get people to come listen to us, and forget the electronics, you know, and TV,
Yes.
the Netflix, the sports, and just come and enjoy sitting in a beautiful theater and enjoying, you know, an hour and a half, an hour and 45 minutes of music performed at a very high level by a concert band.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to the challenge of how to continue this for another 40 years.
I love that. Boy, from your mouth to anybody's ear, because the concerts I've attended are just such an exercise in serenity and education. The people around me, we all take deep breaths and we'll go, oh, this is so beautiful. And you walk out so much more fulfilled than you walked in. And there's no price on that. To be able to look at this concert band that is all volunteers and you can feel the love coming off the stage, to sit there and to bask in that. I don't know better medicine than that. I truly don't. I mean, it's very, very healing. Speaking of these great concerts, it doesn't happen alone. I'm sure there's got to be people that you need to thank, Mr. Morris.
Well, I need to actually really focus on our volunteers.
Yes.
So, you know, as we're working through the concert program, the physical concert programs, you know, we're filling these out and putting all the volunteer names on this list, and it's enormous. And it really tells me a lot about the energy that's happening within the ensemble. The folks are just so dedicated, but it takes a lot of people. We have new positions opening up. Those are getting filled right away. But I do want to go back to one thing that you asked me about as far as guest artists and guest folks coming in. And I may have a guest MC for not this upcoming October 12th concert, but for the other ones.
Guilty.
Yes. So we want to thank you right here. I want to thank you for emceeing our concerts this season. We made the announcement last night, and everyone was practically jumping out of their seats. They're so excited to have you.
Thank you. And thank you for being here today. You guys are just priceless. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
That wraps up another great segment of CityLine. It's always a pleasure and a privilege to be in your home. We've given you some really great things to think about in this past hour. So please go out there, be a part of the tapestry, and above all, pay it forward. And when you come back, as always, we'll be waiting for you right here at CityLine. Take care.
Tacoma, that's my home, yeah, Tacoma, that's my home. Tacoma, that's my home, place I call my own. Tacoma, that's my home, yeah, Tacoma, that's my home. Oh, you're from Seattle, oh, you're from LA, oh, you're from Chicago, but Tacoma's where you'll stay. Oh, you're from Seattle, Chicago, but Tacoma's where you'll stay, yeah. Tacoma, that's my home, from the fires to the loam. Tacoma, that's my home, yeah. Tacoma, that's my home. Tacoma, that's my home, the place I call my own. Tacoma, that's my home, yeah. Tacoma, that's my home. Well, you're from the easy. Tacoma's where you'll stay.